Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jaslyn. I like making lifestyle content in hopes of inspiring you to live your best life as I am living mine. So grab your drink, ladies. Today we have a story time. My hair looks like this for a reason. We're about to get ready to press it out. I do have tapes. This is not all my hair. I was unable to blow dry it as straight as I wanted to, so this will just have to do. Are we level? Can't tell if we're level or not, but I hope you guys can hear me okay. I do have the AC on in the back, so I do apologize about that. Where do we start? Okay. This video, I'm going to be pressing out my hair. We're gonna start off with some sunflower oil for heat protectant, just the smallest amount that I can do, because we don't want the oil to weigh our hair down or make our tapes loosen up more than they already are. I've had these tape ins since February and we're in May, so I would say they last a pretty good amount of time, period. So we're gonna do a story time because some crazy stuff happened in the past 2 weeks or so, and I need to tell you girls about it. Also, while I do that, I don't want to leave you guys on a bad note. I do want to kind of end it on a positive note and tell you guys what I have learned thus far in dating. I have been single about 4 years. This will be the 5th year in October. Hold up. This will be the 5th year in October, and I've learned a lot of things. First, starting with story time now. Okay. So, where do I begin? In the vlog, I don't know what vlog, but I'll tag it here. There was a guy that I was dating, a guy that I ended up celebrating his birthday on a boat with, and you know, I'm gonna protect his identity in order to protect my own safety because I don't know, but basically what happened was I ended up, I'm trying to see if I need to cut off this AC. I might need to cut off the AC so that we can really get into the story time. But I ended up, I don't even know how this guy found me. He ended up hitting me up on Instagram, and I want a relationship, so I'm like, okay, period, let's see what he's talking about. So he takes me to Bar Taco, which it was an amazing good date. Like, he's saying all the right things. He, like, on paper, like, he's great. Like, I'm like, oh my god, he, you know, making sure I ate, asking me what I want, not being weird about money. What else? He even got us dessert, and even at the end he was like, you want lunch for tomorrow? Which my girls thought was so sweet, because I've also been on the flip end of the date where the guy take home the leftovers and don't even offer me any. So we was like, okay, period. I did notice, you know, he was a little touching, and I wasn't as attracted to him as I wanted to be, but I was still feeling him and still like trying to see where it could go. So then we end up coming, oh, mind you, he asked me did I want him to pick me up, and I said no, I'll meet him there, because I just feel like for safety reasons, let's see how this first date goes in case I need a skedaddle real quick. I don't want him to pick me up. Sorry, I know I'm doing hella passes, but baby, my hair is kind of crunchy. Like, I know y'all hear that. What's up with that? What's up with them ends? Them ends are kind of crunchy. Okay, I think that was it. Okay. So yeah, so we go to the second date. Because the first date went so well and we were still consistently texting, he was calling me, like, you know, I'm like, why not? I'm just a girl. I don't want to have to drive all the freaking time around Miami. So I went ahead and told him, like, he can come pick me up. Wrong move, okay? Because he ended up getting I ended up giving him my address so he could pick me up. But I'm getting ahead of myself because the second date went really well. Like, the second date went well as well. Like, we were supposed to go eat and do a movie. And I had told him on the first date that I wanted to try this rooftop movie theater. And he remembered, and he like surprised me with it, basically. Like, he didn't even let me know that we're going there. He's just like, the movie's at this time, like, we got plans, whatever. So that date was good. After the movie, we ended up, what do you say? We ended up going to like a bar and talking about things. And like I said, again, he's saying all the right things. Like, you know, he has a growth. I'm being terrible at telling this story, honestly, because I've told it so many times and I'm so tired. Like, I'm tired of talking about it, but it is juicy and I am gonna really get into it. But basically, I could tell that he wanted a relationship with me by the things that he was saying. Like, he would ask me, what did I want in the next 5 years or next 10 years? Where did I want to live? And when I would say stuff like, well, it depends, you know, what my relationship status is at that time, he's like, well, you're not gonna be single, so like, let's go ahead and scratch that. Like, he would say stuff like that and talk about stuff in terms of me and him. And he was even kept asking me, like, when does my lease end and stuff, trying to think about moving arrangements when his lease ends. And I'm kind of like, you know, I know in my head that's getting ahead of my plan, my boundaries, and what I look for while I'm dating. I already know that. So I just, you know, was vibing. I'm like, whatever. It's kind of like throwing off red flags for me. I'm still not really attracted to him that much. But I'm like, he's treating me nice. He's taking care of me. And we can see where it goes. Like, I like that he's pursuing me. I like that he's taking lead and letting me know what it is and what it ain't. So I'm like, you know what? I'm here for the vibes. And, oh, mind you, on the first date, he invited me on the boat situation. Like, he was like, he told me, actually, my birthday is coming up and we're gonna get a boat, so go ahead and take off work so you can be there. Like, he asked me that on the first date. He already knew he wanted me to be there. So yeah, I went ahead and make that happen because I never been on a boat like that for real down here. So yeah, I wanted to go for the experience, you feel me? Other things that I noticed about him is that he was very forgetful as far as the small details went. Like, I would tell him, like, oh, little stuff like about how many siblings I have, and he would forget, even though I would tell him like a long drawn out story about them. Like, he didn't remember the conversation, whereas I remembered the whole conversations of what he said surrounding his siblings, but he didn't remember the conversation about mine. So it's like little stuff like that was kind of like pissing me off, or annoying me rather, and kind of like turning me off a little bit by him. But I was still open to see where it went. Anyways, so we come around to the day of the boat. The whole boat ride was actually great. Like, I had a great time. I was enjoying myself. You know, he was like paying attention to me, paying attention to the other people on the boat. Mind you, because it was his birthday, I thought that it was going to be more so like all of his friends, like close friends, celebrating him. No, it was he had 3 guys, plus him, so 4 guys, and there was about maybe 6 girls. Like, I don't even know, like, they were just random girls. I think some of them knew each other, but some of them didn't. And it was like kind of like maybe 3 girls who brought their friend or friends. So like a couple, maybe like 3 girls knew each other, then 1 girl and her friend knew each other, and then me and my girl came. So, you know, that was kind of weird to me because I'm like, damn, they just picked up random girls. I thought I was over here mentally preparing myself to like meet his friends, like, but it was really just random girls. So, everything was cool. I made new friends, like whatever. I did notice like he was like, the girls were trying to like flirt with him. And that was kind of like awkward because I don't think any of them like knew at first that I was his date. But one of my girls asked me like, was I gonna consider this a date in the first place? And I said it really just depends how it goes. Like if he gets super drunk and it's like, it's just we here for his birthday, like, cause I don't mind him getting drunk on his birthday. Like it's your birthday. So, I'm like, if it's like, it's not really a quality experience because of how drunk he gets, it's not a date, which I don't have a problem with. But if it's like he's still really intentional about me and like the time that he's spending or whatever, and it ends up enriching our experience together, then I'll consider it a date. So like I was considering it a date. Like he was real loving, and he was talking to me more about being serious. Like he really wants to be serious with me. He want us to like, I don't know, like grow together and stuff like that, which I'm like, okay, period. But I don't know, like he just wanted to move too fast. Like mind you guys, this is the third time that I'm seeing him out, and he's like again bringing up the apartment issue after I already told him like what's going on with my apartment. He brings it up again, talks about moving in with each other again in February when his lease ends. And I'm like, well, I would have to see. And that's when I just told him like my firm boundary, because I realized like obviously he's not dropping the idea. Like, so it's more than an idea. It's not just an idea. It's like plans at this point because he keeps bringing it up. So I end up telling him, yeah, that's not gonna work for me because personally I'm not moving in with my boyfriend. But yeah, so I straight up tell him like that. Like I believe that's privileges for my fiance, and I don't believe in that because I just feel like if it doesn't work out with my boyfriend, then like I just gave him fiance privileges prematurely, and then it's gonna be like super hard for me to get back on my feet and get my own place. Like I just don't want to do that. I don't want to get stuck in any situation, but I'll get more into that later. So yeah, so this guy, he starts like kind of, I could tell he didn't like my answer. Like he didn't like what I was saying, because he goes, you must kind of have like trust issues or something. Like, like that's kind of weird. Like you have commitment issues or trust issues. Like now it starts being about the issues that I have because I set a clear boundary of what I see for myself. So that's where I was kind of like the first red flag, where I was just like not really feeling that. But then another thing was, he knew that I had to work at 7 a.m. the next day. I told him several times. And then he goes and he wanted to take me out to dinner after the boat. And I was open to that, because girl gotta eat. But he goes and tells one of the other random girls, hey, we're getting a section. You should come through. Like, yeah, we're gonna be outside or whatever the fuck. I was sitting, it was like me. It was him, me, and the girl. So I was in the middle of them when he's saying this. So, naturally, I was just kind of looking like, he didn't tell me nothing about a section. And, for me, honestly, it just wasn't adding up. Because I'm just looking like, for a guy who's talking about moving in together in February, like, this is not, like, you talking about you want to be in a relationship. This is not how you act when you want to be in a relationship. Like, you don't just tell another girl plans that you haven't told me. Like, that's not gonna fly. So yeah, let me go ahead and prep you if you think we're gonna be in a relationship like that. So I straight up told him, like, you didn't tell me nothing about this. Like, I turned over in front of the girl. I mean, I wasn't like yelling or nothing, but like I know she was in earshot. She could hear if she wanted to. I looked at him. He's right here. She's right there. I'm like, you didn't tell me nothing about no section. He's like, oh yeah, because you're coming. And I'm like, here you go again with that macho shit, trying to make decisions for me when he already should know that's not gonna work. Like, don't get me wrong, I like me a macho man who's gonna like let me know what I'm doing, what it is and what it ain't, and it's gonna like an alpha male who's gonna make decisions for me. But that was the wrong decision, baby. So he straight up told me like, "Oh, cause you coming," and I was like, excuse me, I told you I have to work at 7 a.m. So no, I will not be coming. And he's like, I mean, we could do whatever you want to do. I was like, I thought we was going to dinner. That's what I told him. Thought you wanted to take me to dinner. And he like, well, we could do whatever you want to do. We don't have to stay that long. And I'm like, what's that long? Like, what time will we be leaving? Like before like 12, like leave by midnight. And I'm like, I don't know about that. That's basically what I'm telling him. Like, I don't know about that. We'll see. So I just kind of dropped the issue because at that point I'm looking like, whatever. Everything spilled milk. I know when I get in my car, I'm going to just let him know, yeah, I have made up my mind. I'm going home. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. So the night's progressing. The boats start heading back to shore, like to the dock. And you know, we pretty lit at this point. Everybody's lit. I was already lit. I was lit the whole time. Like I'm a lightweight, but I wasn't like so drunk that I couldn't like, you know, like you see how I'm straight up telling y'all like certain things rub me the wrong way. I remember those things. The only thing I don't remember is like little instances of him being too friendly with other girls that my friend remembers that I was not cognizant to because I was just enjoying my moment and my time. So it's funny because I actually caught, like, when I was replaying my video, I caught instances of it where I'm like, damn, I didn't even notice that in real time, what he was doing, like, walking up to the other girls. Like, I just didn't even witness, like, this stuff because I was so busy living in my own world. But anyway, so we're pretty all drunk, but I don't remember like feeling like looking at him and being like, oh, he's drunk. It was just kind of like we lit, not like he's stumbling over, falling drunk. Like not like, you know, when somebody like sloppy drunk, like can't even handle themselves drunk, you know that like they're not gonna remember shit, like they just drunk. He wasn't there yet. So none of us were that drunk. So whatever, you know, he comes to be lovey-dovey with me and he starts kissing on me, and then he tries to take me into the bedroom because this boat has like a lower deck with like a bedroom, a bathroom, and all this, whatever. So we go to the bedroom, and you know, I was on my period, and I was glad I was on my period because like sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, that liquor goes straight to my hoo-ha. But I wasn't sure if I wanted to do with him yet. So I was glad I didn't even have to make the decision because my period made it for me, period. So, cause I'll get into my little rules and stuff that I have for myself, like my boundaries or whatever later. But for the sake of the story right now, let's just skip over that. But yeah, so I was on my period. So he takes me to the room and I'm already kind of looking like, Lord, we're going in the room, whatever. But I didn't feel like, you know, unsafe or nothing. I felt fine. We go in the room. We're making out. He's kissing on me. It's getting heated. And I end up telling him like, okay, that's enough. Like, we're good. Because, I mean, shit, I already know what comes next. So I was like, let me go ahead and stop it before it gets like, mind you, I have a little bit of breakage here. Don't mind that. I don't know what's up with that. I end up telling him that's it, we cool. So he's like, okay, respectful. He like, we ain't gotta do nothing you don't want to do. I'm like, period, I know. So we don't do nothing. And that was that. Now, he said he gotta use the bathroom. So he opens the bathroom and there was a female in the bathroom. Because I'm like in the room, like waiting on him. But there was a girl in the bathroom. So he immediately, you know, shuts the door and is like, oh shit, like I just walked in on somebody was in the bathroom. And I'm like, oh damn, you know, like whatever. It wasn't a big deal in the moment. So he was like, yeah, I gotta use the bathroom. So, you know, he was just chilling, or so I thought. Hold up, cause baby, the way these tapes get entangled right here, I don't know. We're gonna be able to get through this part. Let's see what I could do. Okay, so where was I? He walked in on the bathroom. He said he got to use the bathroom. So I'm kind of like, okay, let me go ahead and excuse myself because, you know what I'm saying? Like, he got to use the bathroom. This got heated. Okay. And, you know, I was, like I said, that liquor go to my hoo-ha. So I'm trying to escape before I change my mind. So I go to my girl and I'm like, yeah, everything's good. Nothing happened. We good. Da, 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 da. And then I had a gut feeling. Like, I had a strange feeling in my gut. I was just like, something ain't right. Because he stayed in the bedroom to wait on the bathroom, which that wasn't the problem. The problem was it had been a little minute and I didn't see him or the girl come out. Like, and I'm looking like, okay, like the girl should have been finishing up. You know what I'm saying? When we walked in on her, she should have been finishing up. So I don't know. I just had a weird feeling. I'm like, hold on, girl. Let me go check on something. So I go to check on him in the bathroom because I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I just had a hunch. And so I go to the bathroom. And I go into the bedroom. And I realize that he's not in the bedroom. And remember, the girl was, I go into the bedroom, I see, like I go in the bedroom to see if he's in the bedroom. Because I'm like, maybe he's in the bedroom waiting on her. So I go in the bedroom. And I'm looking like, okay, he's not in here. And remember, the girl never came out. So I just opened the bathroom door. I'm like, I just opened the bathroom door. I want to see something. So I open it and they both like, you know when you like jump, like when somebody walking on you, so you like you stop, you jump real quick from whatever you're doing, and like they weren't like doing it or nothing. What I think I saw, I just genuinely don't know because like I was just so shocked that I actually saw them both in there that I think I saw them making out. I'm pretty sure that's what I saw, like kissing and stuff. But I'm not sure. So all I know is they looked like they was up to something and they was in this small ass bathroom together. And that was enough for me. It wasn't even like, oh, he wanted to make the narrative. We're going to get into that. But basically, he was trying to paint the narrative that I'm mad because he was talking to a girl. That was, I don't care about you talking. You've been talking to girls the whole trip. I don't care about you talking to a girl. The close proximity in the bathroom that y'all were talking to each other, looking like y'all up to something and looking secretive, that's what rubbed me the wrong way. Especially for somebody who, again, talking about he want to move in February and want to be my man. That ain't how my man behaves. No, ma'am. No, sir. You can have that. Somebody else can have that. I don't want to have that. Whatever. Don't feel bad about it. So yeah, so when I first see that, I just immediately go, oh, and I like close the door back because I just couldn't believe, like, I was just kind of like shocked. So I'm like, okay, well, I know how I'm moving. I'm not gonna make a scene. I'm not gonna act crazy. Like, I'm through. So I go to my girl and I'm like, girl, I just walked in on him in the bathroom with another girl. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, he's in the bathroom, like, with another girl. Like, I don't know what they're doing. And mind you, they stayed in the bathroom. When I shut the door back, he did not come out to chase after me or nothing. Like, they stayed in the bathroom. So it was, like, really weird. Like, they looked like they got caught, and then they just were kind of, like, stuck. And then I closed the door, so they just stayed there. So then I'm talking to my girl, but mind you, I had to pee, too. I had to pee at this point. So I'm telling her, I'm like, you know what? And I actually got to pee while they over there, and they're still in the bathroom right now. Like, I just shut the door on them. They're still in there. And I had the bright idea where I'm like, well, you know what? Whatever the fuck they doing in the bathroom, they could go ahead and get a room. Like, I don't care. I got to use the bathroom. So I'm going to tell them to get out the bathroom because that was the only bathroom. So I'm looking like, I'm just going to straight up be like, I got to use the bathroom. So whatever y'all doing, take it to the room. So I came back in there. Mind you, he had to pee, right? So I came back in there and I opened the door again. They still in the bathroom looking dumb. And I go, Hey, I gotta use the bathroom. So, like, can y'all get out? So he turns to the girl and goes, I say it again because they act like they can't hear me. So he turns to the girl and he's like, you heard her, get out. Like, he's trying to kick the girl out at this point. And I'm looking like, don't kick the girl out, baby. You need to get out too, cuckoo. So it was just super awkward because I'm telling him to get out and he telling the girl to get out. So she started getting out all sheepishly, like, and he just trying to stay in the bathroom with me. And I'm looking like, no, you too. You need to get out too, cuckoo. So he looking shocked. He didn't know what to do. So he just still standing there looking dumb. And I'm like, did you use the bathroom? Because I got to use the bathroom. So did you go? Like, go ahead and use it. And then he's like, oh, no, I didn't use it. So I'm like, okay, use the bathroom so I can use the bathroom. So he stays in there to use the bathroom. Mind you, that's what he was supposed to be doing this whole time, using the bathroom. So he never used the bathroom. So we go, so me and the girl are in the bedroom at this point. And she over here talking about, I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused. Like, cause she think I'm like, you know, heated, which I mean I am, but not at her. Like, girl, you don't owe me shit. I don't even know you. So I straight up telling her that. Like, I'm like, girl, like, I don't care. I said, I don't care. Like, I've only been out with him 3 times. It's not like we was in a relationship or something. Like we wasn't even remotely close to being in a relationship yet. Like, this is our 3rd time being out. I don't know this man. So that's what I'm trying to convey to her. And I'm like, but you know, he did tell me that he want to be with me. Like, he told me he want to move in together in February. And this how he act. And she agreed. She's like, what? But he told you that while he was in the bathroom like that with me? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, niggas ain't shit. She just keep repeating it. Niggas ain't shit. And that's when she goes, she said she could see why females don't trust niggas or bitches. And she was just saying it like that. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, well, I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, I just kept repeating, like, I don't care what they have going on. Because I wanted to make it clear, like, girl, do you. Like, you go off. Like, I'm not mad at you. I don't even know you. And I was like, we could still hang out. Like, I don't care. This is nothing to me. Yeah, I see my tape is lifting, I think. I don't know how we're going to do this. But, so, you know, she was just like, wow, like, shocked at everything that happened. So when he comes out the bathroom, I go in the bathroom to use the bathroom, then I come out the bathroom, and he's just looking dumb the whole time. So after I use the bathroom, I come out, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to, at this point, I decide that I'm going to start packing up my stuff so that I'm ready to get off this boat when it's time to get off the boat. Like, I'm like packing up all my stuff, making sure it's all together, because I'm like, yeah, once that just made a decision. Once this boat dock, I'm piecing up out of here, and he will never hear from me again, because yeah, no, that shit that he pulled was not okay. And so he comes over to me, and he's trying to like act like nothing happened. Like, he comes over, like, I think like opening his arms, like trying to come hug on me, and I'm like, back up. I'm like, back up, like, what? So he looking like, back up, like, he looking shocked too. Like, we both looking shocked. Like, I'm looking like, why you looking shocked? And he looking shocked because I'm telling him to back up. He's like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, what do you mean what's wrong with me? I just walked on you in the bathroom with a girl. Like, I'm through with you. I said, I don't want to talk to you no more. Like, I saw what I needed to see. That's what I told him. And he was like, what do you mean? Like, we wasn't even doing nothing. We was just talking. And so at this point, he's trying to like explain himself to me at this point. But I was just like my mind was made up. Like, I was just like, I don't want to hear it. You could save it. I'm trying to keep it cordial. I'm like, look, I don't want to make a scene out of this. I don't want to argue. You're single. You can do whatever you want to do. Thanks for inviting me. You know, it's your birthday. I was here to celebrate you. We had a good time, but yeah, this is the end. That's what I'm telling him. Like, that's it. And he was not. He wanted to talk about it. Like, he didn't want to take that for an answer. He wanted to tell his side of the story, I guess, and like get me to understand that nothing happened and that we're supposed to run off into the sunset together or something. So, mind you, we're still on the boat. The boat is still driving back to the dock. So, I am trying to get away from him at this point because I don't want to talk to him. And I'm like, you're not getting it. There's nothing to discuss. Like, there's nothing to explain. There's nothing because nothing is there. Like, it's not an argument. It is a decision. We're done. Like, you don't need to persuade me. Like, I was trying to like make it clear to him. And anybody else in their right mind would have they would have like understood and been like, okay, damn, you know, I fucked up. I understand. It is what it is. And they would have like just dropped it. This man would not drop it. And that's where, oh my God, I see when your tapes grow out, they get very matted. That's the thing. Okay, we're gonna have to see it if we can make this work some kind of way. But yeah, like they would understand. Like, I don't even know this person well enough to be sitting here trying to persuade them to continue talking to me. So they would just let it be. Like, they would just let you be. He, on the other hand, was not letting it be. And I'm actually gonna insert so he basically starts, I'm trying to get away from him, and he starts making a scene, following me around the boat, and starts telling his friends, like, everybody starts noticing like what's going on. So he starts telling people like, oh, it's okay, like, my girl just mad at me. I'm like, I'm not your girl, stop calling me that. So I'm just looking like, please stop. And he's like following me around the boat and like trying to tell me, you know, like, to calm the fuck down because he trying to talk about this, and I'm like not trying to talk about this. So he starts like gaslighting me real bad, like, cause okay, so mind you, I cannot get away from him. He's following me every time I'm walking away from him. He's following me. He's grabbing my arms. He's holding on to me. He's not letting me have my personal space away from him. So I end up being forced basically to sit there and try to listen to him. So I'm like, you know, like that, like what? And so that's when he starts telling me like all kind of excuses, like they was just talking in the bathroom, he had to use the bathroom, and she was just in the bathroom and he had to use it, and that I'm mad because they was talking, which is crazy. And he was like, you really want to know what we was talking about? We work in the same field, that's what we was talking about. And I'm looking like, so then he starts saying, like, he starts trying to gaslight me. He's saying anything at this point to, like, I guess, make me, like, I don't know, change my mind or something. So he's going, like, saying, like, that's crazy. Like, that I'm mad because he was talking to a female. Like, that's crazy. And I got trust issues and stuff like that. Like, he's still trying to insinuate that. So I'm like, okay, let it be that then. Let me be crazy. That's why I started telling him, I'm like, whatever you want to say to allow us to end this discussion right now, go with that narrative. You could say you ended things with me. I don't even have to sit here and be like, oh, I ended things with you. I do not care. All I know is I'm done. So whatever narrative you need it to be in order for this to be done, let it be that. That was my point. Girl, no. He starts like, he's like getting rude. I'm gonna insert clips because at this point he has my legs locked in between his legs, so he's not allowing me to move away from him. So he's holding me like basically hostage. Like, you know, obviously he didn't like beat me up, but he's holding me there. Like, basically for me to get away from him, I would have to push him off of me or something. And that, you know, I was trying not to do that because I didn't want it to become that. So I started just screaming. I started telling him, I'm gonna insert the audio here.
Cause you're all up on me. Back the fuck up.
Back up before I get aggressive. I tell him multiple times. Then I start yelling. I start yelling, get the fuck off of me. So back the fuck up or something. I don't know. I just started yelling to get him off of me. So finally, he where'd my comb go? So finally, he gets off of me and starts talking to my girl. Because I know y'all probably asking, where my girl at all this time? She was there. I don't really understand what was going on because I was trying so hard to get away from him. But she was there. And, you know, she comes walking up and trying to reason with him. Oh, mind you, she was trying to talk to the other girl. Oh, yes. I forgot a whole piece, y'all. Because remember all that shit the girl was telling me in the room, right? So when he comes up trying to hug me, when he comes up trying to talk to me the very first time, before I start trying to actively get away from him on the boat, he starts saying, like, trying to let me know that nothing happened. I'm like, well, that's not what the girl said. And he's like, huh? So I call her over and in front of him. And I'm like, can you repeat what you were saying in that room right now to him? Like, can you repeat what you told me? And she completely lets me down. Like, she goes, I don't even know what's going on. Like, she starts sticking with that script, and I'm like, so you wasn't just telling me he was all up on you in the bathroom and that niggas ain't shit? And she's like, honestly, I'm so drunk I can't remember. Like, so I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna say too much because actually, like, I don't know who's gonna be watching this video, and I don't want to, like, I really don't. I'm not trying to be in drama. Like, that's all I'm trying to say. Like, I genuinely don't care. I didn't know this girl. I didn't know this boy, really. So it doesn't matter at the end of the day, which is why I'm not going to say their names or nothing crazy. Even if I did know them, I wouldn't air their shit out just because I don't want the drama. Like, I don't want the smoke. I don't want nothing. I'm telling you guys a story for entertainment purposes only, and also for learning purposes, because we're going to get into the learning mode after this story time, okay? But yeah, so the girl straight up was like, no, she's not gonna repeat what the fuck she was just telling me in the room. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't need this. I don't know you. I don't know you. So y'all could be in whatever cahoots narrative y'all want to be in. I don't care. And at this point, I'm looking like, yeah, I was saying a lot of things, but I'm not going to repeat. I'm not going to repeat what I was saying right now. But yes, the whole point is, I was just kind of looking like, really? I couldn't believe that she wasn't going to repeat herself, because that would have really, like, solidified the argument. But she wouldn't repeat herself, so then he starts using that to his advantage and telling me, like, ask her, she literally told you nothing happened. She literally said that. Like, call her again. Da-da-da-da. And I'm like, boy, I don't care what she said. She could have told me that y'all was cousins, and I wouldn't believe her. Like, I do not give a good god dang. Y'all was in that bathroom together. It was weird behavior. I do not care. I'm done. The fact that we're even doing all this right now is turning me off even more. So, like, yeah, no. So, and that's what I'm trying to tell him. So, oh my gosh. At this point, mind you, once I started realizing, like, he was gaslighting me so bad, that's when I pulled out my freaking phone to record, because I'm like, yeah, I'm drunk and I need to know what the hell is going on. So I pulled out my phone to record it so that I could, like, if I was forgetting details, I could remember later, or if it needed to be you know, I just pulled out my phone. I don't know. That was another good feeling. I'm like, you know what? I'm drunk. He acting cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'm gonna pull out this phone to record his ass. So yeah, I start recording. So he was, like, pretty pissed off about that, but you know, he just was carrying on, child. So my girl was trying to talk to the other girl. So she was trying to talk to the girl, and then by that point, when he has me my knees locked in between his legs, that's when she kind of, like, came out to where we were. And so she starts trying to, like, talk to him, like, hey, let her go. He's like, and I'm telling him, like, let me go. But he's like, I'm trying to talk to your friend right now. Da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, let me go. If you're trying to talk to my friend, talk to my friend. You don't have to have me holding me in order to talk to my friend. That's what I'm trying to tell him. Girl, he over here. So finally, he ended up letting me go. So I start recounting the story on my own, and then you hear when he finishes talking to her, um he starts coming back towards me again, and that's when you hear me in the audio say, here he come again, let me try to get away from him. So I start, and the boat is docking finally at this point, so I'm like, okay, yes, the boat here, like, let's get the fuck on, like, I'm through with this shit. So yeah. So at that point, how does this look, y'all? Does it look right? I think it looks right. Period. Come on, straight hair. So yeah, so at that point, God, this story is just all over the place. But so at that point, mind you, it's stuff that I'm leaving out that he was saying to me, like, that I'm forgetting right now, but I guess it's not important. Like, he was just know that he was gaslighting me really bad, like saying stuff like, I don't even know. But basically, when I didn't want to talk to him no more, so I'm trying to get away from him. I'm trying to get off the boat because the boat is landing. So I'm like grabbing my stuff and I'm booking it. Which I don't know when my girl, she was not right behind me. Like, she was like taking her sweet time. So he over here getting bucked. Like, I mean, he getting bucked. So bucked that his friends have to hold him back. So I don't know what he was going to do. Like, I don't know what he was doing. But he start, and he tries to switch the narrative at this point. So he go, okay, where the homie at? Where the girl? Where the friend at? Y'all need to get the fuck off my boat. Like, he trying to kick us off the boat now at this point. Yeah, my hair broke off, baby. Look at that. We're just gonna pretend like I didn't even see that, because I don't even know what the hell happened here. That ain't none of my business. Yes, bro, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do there. I don't know how that broke off or why, but whatever. So he started trying to kick us off the boat. He looking at her like, get the fuck off the boat. She a Miami bitch. She came out here to do content. She just a Miami, but that's what he's saying about me. Like, I just came out here like for the clout, basically. And I'm looking like, that's what all these bitches here for. But honestly, whatever. Like, I'm like, of course they don't have their camera and their gear because they ain't built like me. They ain't about it like I am. These girls for show. Like, these girls do shit. Like, okay, let me stop. I'm popping my shit a little too hard right now. But all I'm trying to say is, yes, I brought my camera because I'm true to this. Like, I'm committed to you guys on my channel and the weekly vlogs. I live in Miami. I'm finna give you Miami. I'm on a boat. I'm vlogging that shit. Like, best believe. Huh? So, yeah, you shouldn't have invited my ass on the boat if you didn't want me to. You know I do YouTube. He knew that. Like, he knew I do content. He knew what I want to do. He know I want to be he know I'm an influencer and want to, like, retire myself with that. So I don't even know why he was acting surprised. At this point, he was just trying to say stuff to get under my skin, get a reaction out of me, which it really did not work because my main objective was to get away from him. So at this point, the boat's docking. I'm trying to get off. And he starts saying very rude things. I don't even know what he started. He started yelling at my girl, like, going off on her. So she get bucked too. Like, don't talk to me like that. And I'm like, bitch, come the fuck on. Because his friends are holding him back. So I'm scared. Like, you guys, I'm a lover, not a fighter. So, like, I'm straight up looking like, let's get the fuck off of here before it get physical. Like, I don't have time to be trying to fight no man. Yeah, no. So I was just kind of like, let's go. So I'm screaming at her to let's come on, because the everybody at that point when he starts talking about her, everybody start like being like, what the fuck, like, you know, like, calm down, like, no, chill out. So his friends start holding him back and the girls start like trying to like take up for us and see what the fuck is going on. So I did appreciate that. And his friend did come to apologize. But I said, you need to check him. Like, you need to check your friend. Because that is ridiculous. He like, I don't even know him for real. I never been out with him, like on a boat like this. I'm like, Yeah, the crickets. Because what? I'm tired of niggas not checking niggas. Like, y'all need to check y'all friends. When they being out of line, y'all need to check them. Like, that's just point blank, period. Especially we two women. You treating women like this, like, that's scary as hell. So, yeah, my hair broke off, you guys. I don't know what to say about that. But, whatever. We just have to let that grow. Whatever. Just mind my business. Yeah, mind you, we got off the boat. They got, like, I had left my hat, so I was scared to go back. But at that point, I don't even know where he was. His friends was containing him at that point, thank God. So the girls brought me my hat, so I was able to get to my car safely. Now the problem was, this man was rushing us so hard when we got there that I didn't even pay for parking. So after all that, I come to my car and I have a whole parking ticket. So it was just like, oh my gosh. But I was like, you know what? I'll take it. As long as I'm safe and sound, I'll take the parking ticket. Like, that shit was crazy. When I tell you guys I was scared, I was scared. Like, I was shaking. Like, that was scary to me because, I don't know, I just never saw somebody act so crazy over you telling them you don't want to talk to them no more. Like, that's to me, that's like OD. That's too much. So, what else happened? But then we go to, my roots still feel wet. I don't like that. But so then we go to we go home, you know, we like, okay, well, that was crazy, whatever, glad we got away, glad we done with that. He's blocked. I had already blocked him. Like, I was even telling him then on the boat, like, you never finna see me again, like, you're blocked. And he was like, what? He did not like that I was telling him that. So I go home, whatever. I had work at 6 a.m. I could barely get any sleep that night because I was just like, whoa, that really just happened. Tell me why. And mind you, it was hurtful for me because I'm like, I'm so tired. But I'll get into that later. But the dating, like, you guys, like, I'm just so tired of, like, getting my hopes up on these guys in the dating. And I'm like, oh my God, it's going great. And then it completely turns to total opposite. And then, like, for that to be so, like, for him to be so cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, like, on the boat, like, that was just too much. Like, I started crying trying to tell my friend even what happened. So, you know, you could just tell, like, it really got to me. So then I'm getting up for work 6 a.m., like 5 something a.m. And tell me why I start receiving calls. Like, I'm start receiving, my phone is ringing from this random number that I don't know. So, you know, I think in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, this is probably him. But I was also just kind of like, okay. So I didn't even answer it. It's calling me. Then it starts texting me or whatever. But at this point, I'm like trying to just focus on getting ready for work. So I get in the shower, I'm washing my hair, and then I start hearing knocking on my door. So for me, as a female who lives alone, that shit is scary. Like, when you hear knocking on your door and you're not expecting nobody, that's always giving scary. It's giving like Home Alone. So I'm like, and I'm in the shower. So I'm like, I'm like, who the fuck? So I immediately turn off the water so that I can hear what's going on. And yeah, this nigga's knocking at the door. So, you know what? At that point, I'm shaking. I put on my towel. I have shampoo in my hair. I just immediately call the police because I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm definitely not opening the door, but it's like I have work at 7. So I'm kind of thinking, like, how long is he going to stay there? Is he going to be waiting for me till I come out the door? Like, what's going to happen? And he's texting me, like, can I at least get some water, open the door? Like, he's texting me all these different things. So he's trying to, like, tell me to, like, open the door. He's like, he was around the corner, so he just came by. He don't know what happened. He want to talk, all this, that, and third. But I'm on the phone with 911 because, no, you don't show up at somebody's house after they have explicitly, like, literally told you that they do not want to talk to you no more. You do not show up at their house. That is, like I said, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So I at that point, yeah, I'm shaking. I call the police. The police gets here really fast, by the way. So they out there talking to him. I'm scared. Like, I'm like shaking. They're like, you don't even have to be scared anymore. I'm like, you don't understand. I live alone. Like, that shit is scary. Like, for him to show up and I'm sitting here telling him um like I don't want to talk to him no more, for him to just pop up at my place, like that's scary to me. Like, I don't like that. So they're like trying to tell me my options on what the different things that I can do with this situation. So they're telling me like get a stay away order, which is basically like a restraining order, I guess. They're telling me get the restraining order against him, and you know, the next time if he comes here again, he will be arrested. Like, we just gave him a trespassing, whatever. So at that point, I was like, okay, well, at least he learned his lesson. Like, do not come to my house. Do not be showing up at my house if I told you do not come to my house. Because, yeah, I will call the police. And he did text me when he left. Like, he was pissed off. Like, he was basically telling me I should be disgusted with myself for risking his freedom. But I'm just like, honestly, for me, like, I felt like he risked my safety. So, like, to me, I was just looking like the audacity for him to say something like that. I just don't know. But trying to like get my roots real good. That's what's wrong. My roots here are not. My roots are not rooting. It's like matted. That's the problem. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to say this. I'm trying, but I don't know, you guys. But yeah, so that's basically the bottom line of what happened with that. Call the police, whatever. I thought that was the end of it, but then like the day after that, the next day after that, they like, it was a day nothing happened, and then 2 days later I come outside and my car is broken into, the window busted open, somebody stole my Beats and my mama's wallet. Nothing was in the wallet, but it was my mom's wallet, you feel me? And it's like, I don't even know why I left that stuff in there, honestly. But I just did. And yeah, I was like, who could have done this? I felt like it could be him. Honestly, I don't have no hard proof that it was him. I don't know that it was him, but I feel like it was him, just trying to get like his lick back at me for calling the cops. And I don't know, the whole thing was just really scary. Really scary business. Like, it caused me extreme anxiety. It caused me to have to take extreme precautions for my safety. So I will say that now I feel a whole lot safer than I have ever felt because of the different precautions that I end up taking, which I will tell y'all about at a later time when I feel like it. But yeah, I think this is good enough. I don't know like how else. I don't know how good I can get my roots. That's as good as it's gonna get. But with all that being said, I do still have things pending that I haven't been able to update you guys on, like, because they're coming up. Because today is the what is today? Fuck it. Holy shit. I can't even see today's date, bro. Oh, today's the 10th, and I have a hearing coming up on the 21st. So I don't know how that's gonna go or how he's gonna react or whatever, and I hope that he doesn't react. Like, I hope that everything's okay. I hope that we're done with. You see, I have anxiety. Like, every sound scares me. But yeah, I just hope that everything's okay, and I hope that we can just put this behind us and never have to like talk about this situation again, because honestly all it was a learning experience. And for me, what I learned was to trust my gut. Number one, I felt like he was doing the right things and saying the right things, but for some reason I couldn't bring myself to get excited for him. And I think that was just my intuition. I think that was just my gut knowing something that I couldn't put my finger on in real time, something that I couldn't explain either. And you know, like my friends were trying to like, they're like, so you really don't think he's cute, do you? Like, cause they could tell, like, I just didn't like him like that. And I'm like, I don't know what's the problem. I genuinely couldn't tell you, because like, he's doing everything right. And I was trying to make myself like him, but I didn't. And it's cause I knew that in my gut, like something was off. And the other thing I learned, you know, I feel like he was gonna show his true colors at any time. Like, so I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, I should have never gave him my address. Which, yeah, I should have never gave him my address. But that's kind of unrealistic, honestly. Like, at some point when you're dating somebody, you're gonna give them your address. Like, they're either gonna come over to your place, or you're gonna go over to their place. And they could be a good actor. Like, they could be putting on the front all that time. Like, you could be talking to somebody a month, and the time that you give them your address is when they show their true colors of like how they really are. So like, you know, there was a lot of talk between me and my friends and my family about like how I should maneuver with my whole address situation. But I came to the conclusion that it had nothing to do with that. Of course, I will be more discerning, pray for more discernment, and be more mindful about that. But now I have these other safety precautions as well, to where like, even if that happens, I have like things to help me feel still a little bit more safe. But in addition to that, I just feel like it wasn't my fault. I feel like none of this was my fault, and there wasn't necessarily nothing I could have necessarily done different per se, because I feel like either way it went, he was bound to react the way he did. Like, if a person reacts this way to you telling them that you don't want to talk to them no more, that's how they are. Like, they were gonna do that in any scenario. The time was gonna come that I didn't want to see him no more, and he was gonna react that way, and it was better sooner than later. So if he sees this, if you're watching this, I hope that, I'm sorry. I'm gonna just say I'm sorry, because I truly do not want to upset you, and I hope that you don't take none of what I'm saying personal. It was just a compatibility thing. You are a great person, and I believe that you could be great for someone else, just not me. And I hope that you understand. And yeah, this will be the end of this. I will never bring up, no one would ever know, unless they do some hard digging or something, that it was you. And yeah, like, no defamation going on over here. I really don't have nothing negative to say, other than the fact that that was scary for me. And yeah, that's it. That's all. My girl's calling me right now, but I'm busy. But okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and transition into the next part of this video, which is what I have learned from dating.